Morning everyone. It's Easter, so as promised, no sums, just a couple of little techniques on the calculator. Hope you're all healthy, hope you're all managing to get regular exercise. Welcome to those of you from other schools who'll be joining us in September. And although I'm continuing to post this on class charts, if I've got your email, if you've sent me an email, then I will also send you an email every time I do a new video. I am emailing Casey and Harry in Mr. Gobbler's group. If any of you are friends with them, perhaps you can just double check that they're getting those emails with links to the videos. Right, so here's a function question. So this is the function, and we're being asked to work out what we get when x is 3 and x is minus 2. It's not a complicated question, but our calculator makes it even easier. So I'm going to start by going to table mode, which we've used on the other calculators before. It looks a bit different here. Firstly, you can type in a whole range of functions. We're only going to type in one. Remember, this is the x button down here, so I'm just going to type in 3x squared plus the fraction button 4 over x, and I don't need to press shift to use that function. Just use it there. Press xe. Nothing happens. So I have to do two things. Firstly, I go to set. Now here's where we get the normal start and end and step point. Now I only want to work out two values, minus 2 and 3. So I'm going to start at minus 2, going to end at 3, step of 1's fine, and then I'm going to go to table. And there's my table. So f of minus 2 is 10. And f of 3, well, that's a rather horrible looking number. If I highlight that number, here it gives it to me in fraction form. So sort of working out the two, I can work out that that must be 28 and a third. I'm sure you could work that out. Anyway, so that's how we can use the table function, and actually there's a link between the table function and the graph function. So if I now go straight to graph mode, that function's already there and I can draw it. It's a funny looking graph, this one, but once you've entered a function in table mode, it appears in graph mode and vice versa. Okay, the other way to evaluate this is just to use the normal run matrix mode. And we do things the other way around here. Firstly, I'm going to say, right, I want x to be 3. Now, we haven't talked about storing values in a memory, and that uses this button here. So there's no store and recall. It's just this arrow button down here. So I'm going to type 3 arrow, and then I could store it in any one of these memories. I've got an A, B, C, D, E, F, all the way up to L. And to get those, I press alpha and then the button. But actually, all I'm going to do is store it in X. So I'm just going to use that same button we were using a moment ago. So that value 3 is now stored in X. So whenever I type an X, it knows that I actually mean 3. So now I'm going to type this in. 3x. So we're not in table function now. We're just in the normal calculator mode. And now when I press xe, it works it out. And if I actually go back, up and highlight it, I've got here a function to shift between top heavy and mixed numbers. So if you're not very good at that, shift and that button switches between the two. So I'm going to go up, up, up to where I originally said I wanted x to be 3. And what I'm now going to do is I'm going to change it to minus 2. So I'm just going to overwrite that with minus 2 is x. And look what happens when I press xe. It recalculates the thing underneath now that x has changed its value. So we get that answer there. And that's a really powerful function which we use in a whole range of applications at A level. The ability to calculate something for a particular value of x and then change that value of x and recalculate everything. And you don't need to go into the table function to do that. So here is a second example for you to try. So try that one. I'm going to pause the video and then I'll show you the answers. Okay, so I'm just going to do it in normal calculator mode. I'm not going to do it in table mode, but we should get the same answer if you use table mode. When I first did this, I did x arrow 5. But of course that's the wrong way round, isn't it? That's not the way I showed you a moment ago. So remember, let's delete that. You do 5 arrow x. That stores 5 as the value of x. So I'm going to do 17x minus x. This is the power button here, this little hat. So I do hat 3, but then I've got to make sure I pop out of the power using the right cursor. Plus fraction button 1 over x. Press xe. And okay, so that is minus 199 over 5. And just in case you're not clear on what that is, it's minus 49 and 4/5. And the S to D button still works the same as it always did. So you've got that. Okay, now I want to do it for minus 3, so I'm going to go up to where I said x is 5, and now I'm going to say minus 3 arrow x. So I'm overwriting that, and there we go. It recalculates it for me. Minus 73 over 3. Again, up. Shift, just in case. And there we go. Okay, take care. I won't do another one this week. I'll do one more the following week, and then we'll crack into a bit of A-level once the Easter holidays are over. Take care, everyone. Make sure you're getting a regular exercise.